What's up, everyone on the stream? We are here at SRL 360 headquarters, and I am here with Joshua Butterfield, Lachlan Martin, and Tim James. How are we doing, boys? Big week in the
Going
SRL.
good. Big
Yeah,
week.
fairly good at the moment. Doing about average.
Average
Very
week.
fair, mate. Yeah. We all know how much has went on this week with the SRL. Like, this is going to be a huge episode. Why don't we start off with recapping round 6? What was the first game, boys?
Oh, mate, forgot. So,
Yeah, it was a great game between
I think it was it the
Broncos and
Broncos
Eels.
Broncos? Yeah, it was
Broncos.
Broncos.
Broncos
yeah.
Warriors. Yeah.
It was a great game with Warriors versus Broncos. I mean, Warriors, they get the win over Broncos, and does that knock Broncos out of the top 4? Or are they still in the?
They were
Yeah,
in
they
the-
were. I think they're in 5th now.
Yeah, so that knocks them out of the top 4. Chance Barnes, David Barner, they all turned up that game and they really put in the hard yards for our Warriors. So that wasn't too bad, and they got the win over the Broncos. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta say, Isaac Simons had a blunder of a game, 209 run meters. He had 4 line breaks and 2 tries. He had a blunder of a game. I think he really stood out for them.
I mean, it was a game for the backs, wasn't it? I mean, the thing that stood out for me was the Warriors always on those kick returns. They just won them. They were always. I mean, you look Sean Walker, 14 runs, 178 meters, and as you touched on, Isaac Simons, 6 runs, 209 meters, 2 tries, and Sean Walker also got 2 tries. Like, that was the difference in this game. Like, that was the only difference in this game. Like, if you take those 4 tries out, well, the Broncos win. I think.
And even
even
Broden Thompson, who's a winger, too, also got a try.
Yeah, that was. I think he played for the middle to get that try, but it was still like.
Fair enough then.
Yeah, it was like they just need to cut out like one or two kick return tries, fine, but like you can't let a team score 4 kick return. No, wingers score 4 tries in a game. Like you, yeah.
But bright side for Broncos, as always, Levi Raymond had another great game. We just come to expect it from him. 142 kick meters, 2 line breaks, a tackle break, a try. Like he was just.
Turns up
but
every week.
sorry to cut you off, but I don't know if that's a great game for one of the best games I've seen from you all year. He had an error. 142 kick meters is not great.
It's not great, but it's at a higher standard than a lot of the halves in our competition.
Yeah, like look at the run meters in he even posted a try. So that really made a statement.
Did he get a try?
Yeah, he got
a try. Yeah,
he did. Yes.
Yeah, he did.
So he didn't do too bad.
Columns.
And if I'm not mistaken, he's re-signed, hasn't he?
Yeah, they re-signed him.
That's a good.
Yeah, that's going to be really big for them.
And from what I've heard, he's getting the goal kicking back, which he's apparently worked things out with the Broncos, which is good to see.
Why was he dropped from goal kicking, to be exact? Like, what happened there?
I can't answer your question when I don't know. I can't answer your question when I don't know that person's brain.
So, ask the Broncos play next time then.
I think it's just a place.
Justin plays here. Alright, fair point. Alright, is that it for that game?
Yeah, it is. The next game was the Rabbitohs v Raiders.
Yikes.
Very close.
Yeah,
that was a good game. It was a good game for me. Oh, well, from everyone on the Raiders team. I'm not trying to talk myself up because it was my debut. It was my debut for Raiders. Obviously, I didn't do too bad, but I did pretty shit. I had an error and a penalty. And, I always seem to put up errors a lot, so that's not really good for me. But everyone really did well out there. it was good to, run out with a new team and see how they play and stuff. Sonny Tyre, he's a good player. He posted 2 tries. They were pretty good. All the other players, Rabbitohs, they're a hard team to beat. I've lost to them 2 times this season now. So that's pretty yuck. It's all right. We bounce back from that.
Yeah, I mean, is Sonny Tyre active again? Because I saw he was starting in the halves this week.
No, I do not think he's active anymore.
Yeah, he's not even in. So I think most of the inactive players haven't been put in the free agency, which we'll talk more about that later. But yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. I don't know if yes, I don't know what.
and Sonny Tyre is not in the free agency, so that would even mean that Raiders he is active somehow and he managed to keep, or Raiders just don't have another option.
Maybe he's DMing someone. I don't know. I don't know what the go is with that, but have to see.
Fair.
I will say, Isaac Edwards had a really quiet game for his standards. Only 78 kick meters.
I do
But
agree with that. That's probably one of his more wider games he's had all season.
His quiet game, but the thing was he was playing at 7. I don't really expect as Butters has touched on before, the 7s usually aren't the ones to kick, are they? It's usually a 6.
No, yeah, you'll get odd occasions where the 7 will kick like 100, 150 meters, but usually 6 doesn't get as much of the ball.
6 gets more of the ball, and it's just.
Oh, sorry, 7. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely a thing that I think Isaac's looking to bounce back this week in a huge game against the Broncos. We'll touch on some scenarios later in the episode. I think it's going to be a huge week for the Rabbitohs.
Okay, well, next game?
I think it was it was the Manly Sea Eagles against the Cowboys.
Well,
Look, I was expecting a lot more from the Cowboys, I'm going to be completely honest.
Yeah, I thought it was quite disappointing from the Cowboys this game. I was on the commentary team. They were in it for about 60 minutes, and then they just let off the hook at the very last 20 minutes, and Manly just ran over to hold them.
Mistake me if I'm wrong, but the game was very close. Like when I don't know, it was somewhere in between like half time and something. The game was close, and then when I came back, it was just an absolute ruling for Manly.
I think the sort of the turning point in this game was sort of when Cowboys started to get a bit restless in their defense, like giving away a few held and tackle penalties, sort of messing with the defense. I guess they're trying to produce something, but you can really see the frustration on the face when if stuff wasn't going their way.
Yeah, Chris Lord, he got sin binned.
Yeah, I think
boy out there.
Oh, by that point, I will say by that point, it wasn't. It was. I think it was like 3 minutes to go. It wasn't really a big issue.
It wasn't a big issue. Like they were just done. They looked done. Cowboys. They did all they could against Manly, but they just, Kane Chapman Kenny. Obviously, he played fullback this game, and he just played he's been playing there since like his entire career. Nearly 400 meters and a try. Like that's insane.
Yeah. And not just that. Not just that, but in 54 minutes. That's
in 54 minutes too.
That's
like he could have broken records this game.
Yeah,
that was insane. If he did not get concussed, then he would have just. Oh, he would have. I don't know, man. He could have destroyed the Cowboys, which was crazy because he had 11 line breaks too.
Do you guys think it's a bit of a situation where Cowboys sort of took their foot off the pedal? Because it was sort of when Chapman Kenny got injured that's when Manly took off. Do you think it was sort of like the inspiration behind, our vice captain scale, we have to make him proud, but sort of took Manly to go to that next level?
I think they just trusted themselves and they needed to back it up because they knew Kane was out. So, they really just backed up there. Cowboys should have blasted on the opportunity to, start going hard because their fullback's now injured and I don't know who went to fullback. Josh Butterfield, who went to fullback?
Blackburn.
Yeah. Well, Joshua Blackburn, yeah.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah, he was on the bench, so
he went to fullback. They should have just taken
Yeah.
up on the opportunity, but they didn't. They just got smashed at the end. Crazy.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what. I think it's very disappointing from the Cowboys. In fact, I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
there was two players from the Cowboys which I noted tried really hard. Chris Law was one of them. I know he got sent to the bin, but he still set up a try and ran for the most meters out of any Cowboys player. Broke 4 tackles, had 3 line breaks, was still very solid. Another player from the Cowboys who I thought tried their heart out was Damian Moana. He had 2 errors in there, but I think he tried his heart out too, but it just wasn't their night, the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah,
They're still
was-
definitely up there, but I think it's gonna be
Oh,
Yeah.
it's gonna be I think it's gonna be interesting to see how they go in the final series.
how good
Nah.
was Callum Irwin though? 162 run meters, 6 line breaks in 42
Oh, yeah, he was.
minutes. 42 minutes. That's incredible.
It was
Yeah.
actually the
Yeah.
moment he went off that they sort of started to get Manly started to get the dice rolling over him.
Yeah,
He
they
was.
needed to keep him on, man. He
Yeah,
dropped forward, man.
it's
He
disappointing
made
that he had
6
to
line
come off
breaks.
there because if he had stayed on, I can't say that Manly Manly would have went on. I think they would have been a lot closer though because he was outstanding in his 40 minutes that he played.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it was though.
He-
Oh, sorry, go on, Liam.
if he stayed on, I think he probably could have the Cowboys. The result may have been a bit different. So would have
Yeah,
been interesting.
maybe. I have one question though. We saw obviously the commissioner, Logan Strange, did question the Manly's use of 4K a few weeks ago. He got his first start today, and he took with both open arms against his old club, setting up a try and scoring a try. What does Manly do with 4K from now on? It's an interesting one, isn't it? Do we think he
Sorry.
starts next season or in the future?
I believe he will.
I think he
That's
will.
what I've heard. I haven't really talked to Matty Harris about this because I don't think it's my place to really ask him what he's going to do with his team when I'm not there. But from what I know, I believe he will be starting next season.
I've got an idea to where he's gonna how he's gonna start, but I won't reveal it because I don't want to.
Well,
I wasn't told by Manly what they're doing, but
This is what
I
I
don't
think.
reveal
I
that.
find it interesting though because I have Cole Lewis on the bench this week, who was if you don't remember, the Clive Churchill medalist in season 2.
They're probably just giving him a rest. Like realistically, they want him
I
by so
know.
much.
But the word I'm getting out of Manly, and again, I haven't heard. Well, I say word, but I haven't actually heard this. And then this is just what I've heard. I've heard that the idea is going to be Chapman Kenny fullback, Chaz Dingle in the halves.
Yeah.
Does that would leave with obviously we know the free windows open up. Both Will Kay and Cole Lewis have resigned. Obviously, we'll talk more about this later. With obviously leaving Butters. Does that leave Cole Lewis and Will Kay to fight it out for that final spot in the halves?
No, from what I know and what's happening this week, Will Kay's got the half spot, but both of them will be starting.
Yeah, I know, I'm pretty sure I know that both will be starting, but they won't be starting this both won't be starting halves.
Is Cole Lewis playing position halfback?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
So does that mean he'll
Must
play?
do.
That means he'll play hooker then, doesn't it? That's the plan.
I
Alright.
believe.
Yes.
I could be wrong here. Matty
Oh, no,
Harris.
that
sure
would make
that's
sense.
what
That
they
would
do.
entirely make sense if that's what Manly do. I think we spent enough time on this game. Let's go on to the final game
Yeah.
round if you guys
Yeah.
want to go on to this game.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
can skip this game for you guys.
Nah, we'll go on to it. I called this game, and it was a very good game.
No, I think it was pretty bad. It
felt
was pretty
very
bad game. We can just move
I
on.
felt very sorry for Penrith in this game. They were
I was
they were
cracked.
they were literally they took the 2 with 1 minute left, and they could have had a shot to win it. They were down 4, took the 2 for nobody reason. If they had they probably had 1 to 2 shots at the line. Like, just don't see the logic behind it.
Yeah, what I'll say is I had it was the moment I got injured that they started taking it to. I had a very strong word with Mark Lee afterwards. I was not impressed. Sorry to throw you under the bus there, bud. But yeah, this is look, there's nothing you can do about it at the end of the day. I'll put this from my point of view. A lot of Penrith players in the chat weren't very happy about the AI. I sort of blew it off and just said, there's nothing we can do about it now. Let's look on to next week. At the end of the day, Eels were a better team.
So,
I'll just put it out there. I
Try
thought Eels were a better team. I thought we were lucky to still be in it.
I was so proud of my old team, actually. You know, how they've developed and how Luke Short are going. You know, how he's putting together the team and how, like, good they looked out there. You know, Samuel Atchison, obviously the guy they got traded for me. He had a blinder out there, 2 try assists.
He
He
had
only
a
missed one
blinder.
tackle.
Ball
Yeah.
playing, like he was so good, man.
He was just a ball playing lock out there. Even though he's a hooker, he just played like he just knew what to do.
Someone I want to give out. Sorry to cut you off there, Tim. It's actually
Yeah.
gone. Sorry, I don't know why I was cutting you off. Sorry, go on.
I'm nearly done. You know, Damien Shelford, he's obviously new to the fullback position. He 222 run meters, 6 line breaks, a try. Like, this guy's just... I've been there since he was a rookie, and, like, he's just insane. Jaden White, you know, Xavier Demando, all these young players have just been, like, you know, developing, and I'm so happy to see that happen, because they're just, you know, going so good, and I was happy to see that, you know, happen. Yeah, good on them.
Yeah, someone I also want to shout out from my Penrith team is Anthony Delaney. His first start at Penrith kicked for 362 meters on the weekend.
2 errors.
He had 2 errors, but I
Yeah.
think the fact that he still kicked from 362 meters pretty much makes up for that. He
also
got us
missed
out of
3
trouble so many
tackles.
times just by his kicking alone.
look, you know how I feel about errors.
Yeah, we do.
Look, errors and 3 missed tackles. Okay, look, you can be an amazing half, but when you have that many mistakes in your game, it doesn't reflect very well. Two errors, 3 missed tackles. The only thing that could have made it worse was really a penalty. But other than that, he had a very good game. And
All I'll say is we've got some good signings coming that could teach him a few things, and I think Anthony Delaney, he could become a very fast improving player in the comp very quickly with the likes that we have coming over to Penrith next season, with the experience we got coming over. That's all I'll say.
I thought Brody Kennedy tried really hard, but no, it just like 193 run meters. But I'll give Para credit where it's due. They did a really good job for majority of the game, slowing him down.
He still scored 2 tries. I want to point this out too, though. Kennedy currently has 8 tries. Second place on the try scoring list has 5.
I don't know how he scores so many tries. I think I've got like 2 this season. I
Who's
barely
this?
score. Brody Kennedy.
Yeah. He's very consistent, I'm going to be honest with you. Oh,
In my opinion,
sometimes.
and I know people are going to disagree with me on this, I actually think Kennedy's the best fullback in the game.
Nope.
No.
Just a classic Penrith bias player, just
easily
being
top
biased.
3. But not
But he's
He has the best stats this season. He scores 8 tries, runs for so many meters. We don't have the ball most of the time. We're literally losing.
Yeah, but he's not the best.
That's
The only player up there with him is Chance Bunce.
Bunce,
and
I'd say Dingo if you still count him as a fullback.
Dingo if he played a lot more games would definitely be in the talks.
I think overall this season, if we're counting this season, he's been the best fullback.
No,
Brody
Chance
Kennedy.
Bunce.
No.
Chance Bunce has been.
Chance
Bunce
Bunce,
ahead.
definitely.
You look at Bunce's stats. I'll have a look at Bunce's. It's like Bunce's stats. 2
Bunce
tries.
has the most.
Even though he doesn't have as many tries, doesn't mean I don't take tries as much as I take like running meters and like line breaks.
Why not? Tries are
Tries is
more
more
important. They get
important.
points on the board.
2 tries, 31 line breaks, 240 average run meters. He's an absolute beast.
Yeah.
I think Brody. And you got to keep in mind, right? Although Chance Bunce is running with more meters, the Warriors have more ball than Penrith do. Penrith don't have as much ball as the Warriors do.
Okay.
Therefore, Kennedy can't run for as many meters, can't make as many line breaks, but he still manages to somehow score 8 tries.
That's not Chance Bunce's problem. He's still the best fullback.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to change
I
it.
think Kennedy's the best fullback this season.
No, I'm still going to go with Chance Bunce because obviously he's just a better player. Nothing can change my word, buddy. Oh, that's just my opinion, by the way.
Get the fuck out of here.
You're funny,
Excuse
buddy.
me.
Sorry, bro. No, that wasn't you. To you, Tim.
Believe it. Alright, Is that it for that game?
Yeah, I think it is. So we'll move on to the into the huge topic of the episode. We'll move on to the signings that we've transpired in the SRL. So the first team, we'll go team by team. The very first team in the SRL who made signings was the Seagulls, who made 3 signings. And we'll also give them a rating on what we thought their signings were.
We also look at players they've lost. We should also keep track of players they've lost.
Yep,
So if
right.
we've lost some players, don't give them a high range just because they've signed a lot of good players.
Lennox Prakash. They've signed him. He's from the Broncos. Jason Lamu and Hayden Melher. And who did Manly lose? They lost Jackson Allison,
Bo Sadler.
Clay,
Joshua
Butterfield.
Clay.
Yeah, I'm back.
Sadler.
Sadler, Clay, Butterfield, Allison.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, what's our thoughts on these signings and what ratings we should give it?
How much times is Lennox Prakash gonna like? Correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm probably wrong here. But didn't he used to play for Manly?
Yeah, he did.
And then he went to.
He went to
Ready-
he went to the Rabbitohs.
Then he went to the Rabbitohs. Then he went to the Broncos. Can players just sit at like one team or like at least 2 teams?
Okay.
Like it's been 3 seasons and Man's already been at like 4 clubs.
Okay.
Like you got to be. Where's the loyalty, mate? Come on.
At least he's not like Relentless though. Relentless, I think, has been to like 4 clubs in 3 seasons.
Fair enough.
Look, I think it's a little bit of a ring chase, but
Hey, it's alright. Then they know Jackson Allison, mate. Holy moly. We'll get to that later. I'll rant. I'll rant about it later.
So what's our
Is this out of 10 or out of 5?
We'll go like a A to F system.
Oh, okay.
Seagulls.
Seagulls, I'd give
B
F
minus.
like a B.
We're not including the current player, but just including the players they've signed as a whole, right? So though, like, if I think like Manly will still be up there next season, overall they've gone worse, so I'd give them like a D or an C, right? Is that how we're sort of looking at it?
people they let go?
So just the players they've let go and the players they gained. That's all taken into account.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I give it a D.
Yeah, I'd
well,
also give it a
if
D.
we're talking about losses and gains, I'll give it a D as well.
I'd give it.
Because
I'd give it a. I'd probably give it. Yeah, I probably agree. I'll give it a D plus.
the reason I say I'll probably go D plus too. The reason I say D is because I think overall, if you compare all 4 of those players, I think if you rank the 8 players they've got, you'd have the 4 players they've lost top and the 4 players they've gained below. But I think that's because of the salary cap that's forced them to do that. No fault of their own.
Yeah.
They'll still be top 4 next season. Probably top 2. They'll probably still win the comp. They'll probably go back to back. You know, that's what Manly do.
Come
Matt
on,
Harris
man.
would love to hear that.
It ain't happening. Ain't happening. I don't even think they'll. I think they'll make the grand final this season, but I think someone's gonna.
We'll talk about the grand final later. Actually, anyway, should we move on to the Broncos?
Yeah, we should.
Okay.
So the first move that made the Broncos, we'll run through all of them. Mark Iron, homecoming from the Raiders. Bo Sadler's coming back for a homecoming. Simon Hunt, another homecoming. Joey Kelly, another homecoming. Luka Moscow has left the Cowboys for the Broncos, and Samuel Lillard went to the Broncos.
If you want to come back home, why didn't you just stay home? Like, let's be really honest here. Stay at your team. If you're gonna leave, then like give it a couple seasons, mate. Like, you've been gone for maybe like 1 or 2 seasons. Just
especially
stay.
Joey. I don't get the point.
Look,
of him.
I'm gonna say this. The players that have been like gone for literally 1 season, and I think it's just Joey Kelly and Simon Hunt. Correct me if I'm wrong there. It's just those 2.
Yeah.
Well, Mark Iron.
Look, I love Simon Hunt, and I hate to say this because obviously he's still one of our players. We really wanted to keep him, but I feel like the only reason they left was because they were doing bad next season. Now they're doing good. They want to go back.
Yeah. Nah. It's just like it's
fair.
crazy.
Players
like,
just players want to be on a good team, and it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
I won't
Well, have we
call
gone
it
through
ring
the losses?
chasing for
Have we gone through the
Broncos.
losses
Yeah,
they've
we'll go
had?
for their losses now. So their losses, they lost Lennox Prakash, they lost Jack Carl, Cherry Evans, Michael Crimp, Tomo Mack, that's all.
And then they also lost Jason Farrow, who hasn't been picked up
Oh yeah,
yet.
Jason Farah too. Well, Jason, yeah.
It's alright.
Um,
Maybe if I don't know. Well, their games
I think
are
they've done
alright.
well. To be honest, I think I'd probably give it a B plus, close to an A minus. To be honest, I'm gonna go B plus
Yeah.
to be safe.
B plus,
I'll
definitely,
give it a B plus as well.
or a B.
Oh.
I'll give it a B.
For me, I'll go bold and I'll go A minus.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think. Look, when you look at their squad for next season, they've got players they need. They haven't really gone in for any halves because I think actually who they've got.
They don't need halves though. Like it's.
They've got Levi Raymond now. I guess anyone that goes next to him will be good.
From what I'm hearing, they're gonna pair up Mark Iron in the halves.
Ooh.
I was
Oh,
thinking
it's-
Sam Herbert in the halves, to be honest.
It's alright.
That's what I would have
Yeah,
done. I'd
that's
be got
pretty
Sam
rough.
Herbert in the halves and Mark Iron at fullback.
Nah, I reckon Sam Herbin fullback and maybe Mark.
Yeah, I think
halves.
Sam suits the fullback role better. He's more of an
Yeah,
explosive
Sam is
player.
much better than Mark, to be honest. Sorry,
I
Mark.
think Sam's a better player, but I think he'd fit really well in the 5'8". We saw him get a bit of 5'8" a couple rounds ago. He played really well there too. But
But I don't think Mark's as good of a fullback.
that's true. Sam Herbert's an overall better player, so
Sam's got the
Alright.
speed.
Warriors haven't made too many changes this week. Quick one. Do you want to go over them, Liam?
Yeah.
We'll go over the Warriors now. So, yeah, we'll go over the Warriors. They've gained Rex Slattery and Jaden White. And they lost. Did the Warriors lose anyone?
Nope. They didn't
Yeah,
lose
they
anyone.
Nope, they didn't lose anyone. Literally lost
Oh,
anyone.
they didn't really. Oh, well, Jaden White's a good player. He's been playing good a lot. Hooker. And Rick Slattery is just an overall good player. So, B for them. I'll give them a B. B
Brothers,
plus.
what's your grade on the Warriors?
Look, Jaden. I'd give them probably C plus, B minus.
I'll go. I guess I'll go next. I'd probably say just a flat C. I don't think haven't really changed too much. They've lost Tara Maxwell and
They
is
did lose
that it?
someone.
They lost someone
they
else,
did lose
probably inactive,
someone.
because I don't think inactive
Shit.
players have been included in the free agency window. So like Declan Murphy, Sonny Tyler, those guys haven't been included. So there's probably someone else there. And then they've only gained Rex Slattery and Jaden White. I mean, Rex Slattery is alright. Jaden White's been a bit quiet, I think, for his entire career. No, it just goes under the
Have you
radar.
seen his last few games? Have you even been watching? He destroyed your team. He was the
Didn't
one
destroy our
that
team.
scored. Oh, yeah, he did.
Wasn't
He went so
Oh, no,
good
he
against
was.
his-
He was.
And
No,
he
I
even
do
kicked a
remember
field
now.
goal against
Yeah.
Penrith last season, too.
I do remember now. No, I do.
Yeah.
I keep thinking I was fucking the other. Sorry, I shouldn't swear. I just, oops. Bleep that out.
Jaden White
I never
owns
said
Penrith.
anything.
Jaden White owns Penrith.
Anyway, I mean, all right. Yeah, I'll go C plus because I guess it is the players they're getting are better than the ones they're losing slightly. So I'll go C plus.
Yeah. Alright. Not bad.
I guess we have the Cowboys up next.
Yeah.
Which their one is simple. It's Luke Moscow for Titera Maxwell, which
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think is a bad deal, but
yeah.
Wait, who did the Warriors gain?
Warriors.
Yeah, who did
What?
they gain? Oh,
They got
shit, yeah. Oh, yeah, shit, sorry. And who did Cowboys get?
The Cowboys got Titera Maxwell and they lost Luke Moscow.
Ah.
That's their only change they've made. Which, look, I'm just gonna say it. I think it's a B because it's not an overly big change, but I'm sorry, not a B. I would say like a C minus. Sorry, because it's not an overly big change, but we can all agree that Luke Moscow's a better player than Titera Maxwell.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a
I'll
C
give it a
minus.
D.
C
D, D,
minus.
D plus.
I wouldn't give it that low just simply because it's only one player.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
one
That's
player.
that's the thing. Like,
They haven't.
But they're a
done
better
too much.
player than the person, going. They're a better player.
All right, should we move on to the
We'll move on.
Rabbitohs.
Yeah, to the Rabbitohs.
The worst team in the comp. So I'm just trying to offend the most people in the call right now. Sorry, my
Yeah.
bad.
No problem.
Okay, we'll
Uh,
move on.
um,
I want to say I got 2 of these signings helped. Okay.
Yeah, but
Fair.
here's the thing. I don't think anyone asked.
Oh, shit, bro. Oh, ooh.
I think I'll read out the Rabbitohs one since I don't want any bias happening here. Alright, the Rabbitohs gains were Tyler Clay, Josh Butterfield, Jackson Allison, Hayden Davis, James Vaughan, Jack Carl, and Josh Saddlecart.
Oh Jesus, Jackson
Their
Allison.
losses are Isaac Edwards, Cameron Relentless, Ash Crutcher, Dawson Swarm, Thomas Menonka, Rex Slattery, and Jason Lomu. Is there anyone else in free agency? No, that's it.
Oh,
And
Big
Jake
list
Tuss.
of changes.
And Jake Tuss.
Yeah,
And Jake Tuss. Is he inactive?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I don't know how to give. I don't know what to give him. I reckon maybe a C plus because they're losing a fair amount of players, but they're also gaining some pretty good players. But I mean, no, they got Tyler Clay. You know, he's coming back. I think. They got Butterfield going there, which is cracker because he's just a major ring chaser. Jackson
exactly.
Allison because he's a major ring chaser, and everyone else, you're there for, mate.
Look, I think with the Rabbitohs for next season, I think whoever to play in the halves, that's how it's going to determine how well their signings turn out to be. Obviously, you have Butterfield in the halves. There's a few options for the other half spot. It's going to be could have Vaughan in there, could have Carl in there, could even have yourself in there, Liam, to partner Butterfield. Although I guess I don't know who you go fullback then. But there's a few options for the half spot. I think a lot of the Rabbitohs' success next season depends on the halves, and at the moment, their signings how good their signings so is going to vary depending on how that happens. Like, it could be end up being a massive mistake to get rid of Ash Crutcher and Isaac Edwards. But I'll give it a B plus. I'll give it an A minus for now because I think you have gained a lot.
Yeah, I'll give it a B plus as well. I think it's in some areas you have upgraded, like gained Jackson and Tyler, and even Thorn has been good. But then again, you have lost Ash Crutcher and Crutcher.
I think Thorn's gonna work wonders at hooker because of our forward pack, I think we have a pretty good forward pack now, and we've signed Allison. Some of these quick player balls that we'll get will let Thorn run. I think because we've got a pretty good forward pack, it will let Thorn do his best.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you, Matt Liam. I actually think, and this is what me and Fisher were talking about a while ago, I actually think your forward pack, other than Allison, which you're getting next season, I actually think your forward pack's the weakness you have. I don't think it's a great forward pack, and I think that's been your weakness this season.
No,
I think Allison's a great addition to the forward pack.
I disagree. We've got Guys, Dranigan.
I think Guys is good. I think other than that, though, I think Mason Ramey's been a bit quiet this season. Dranigan has had a couple good games, but he's been up and down, I'll say. Obviously, Jake Tuss has gone, who was probably one of your better forwards. I think I will say it was a good idea to... No offense to Rex Slattery, but I think he's a player that, it might have been for the better value of him. And then I'm interested to see how Hayden Davis goes there too, because it'll be interesting. That's what I'm saying. I think if your forward pack performs well, I think they'll make your halves perform well, which I think is how you win the comp. Which will make you win the comp next season. That's all I'll say. Because your signings otherwise your signings are goated, genuinely.
Yeah. I won't grade the team, yeah. I won't grade it. Alright, so the Eels. We got Cherry Evans. Their gains are Cherry Evans, Crimp, Mendonca, Swarm. And their losses are... They lost Eli Barnes. They lost Damien Shelford, Joey Kelly, Samuel Lillard, Jaden White. And I think that's it. Let me just look.
I'm not going to give my...
And
I'm not going to
Mark
give mine on this one. I'm not
Yep.
going to talk on them.
Yeah, this one's I don't even know this one.
I think
I
think they signed too many backs.
Yeah, I don't
bad.
think... Realistically, do they need... I don't think that... Do they really need Crimp? What's the backline? The backline's actually pretty... Oh, I guess no, they kind of do. I think Yeah, I see where they sign. I don't look. I know where. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get. I'm trying to figure out right why they've brought in both Cherry Evans and Swarm.
You're
I
really
don't know who
strong.
Swarm
I think
is.
Swarm's
I know.
a kind
I know
of
what both.
talent.
I know what position they're playing. Well, because I tried to get Swarm, and then something happened, which I won't talk about here. But I didn't end up getting him for a few reasons.
So
He's
that's
at the
why you're
Eels.
rating
I'm
it
trying to
low.
work out. I think. Yeah, I think so from what I've heard, Cherries will be playing in the halves next season.
That's alright then.
So what does that leave? Shelford, look, their signings are up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they've gotten rid of. Their signings have definitely worked. Samuel Lillard's one of their better forwards. Joey Kelly's the best outside back in the game. Jalen White's been really good the past couple rounds, and Eli Barnes, on his day, is the best fullback in the comp. So I'm actually going to go all the way down to a D. I'll say a D minus.
I'll
Let's
say
say the F.
here, Michael Crimp is a good replacement for Joey. Because you've seen what Michael Crimp can do. Like, he did
Yeah,
against
I'll
the
say
Eagles.
D plus. I'll say D plus. Michael
'Cause
Kemp is very good.
Michael Crimp scored 2 tries. He scored a game-winning try against the Eagles. He scored so much like runaway tries. He's like a Joey Kelly Jr. mate. Thomas Mendonca, I don't know. I'm not too sure about that. I mean, isn't he a winger?
Mendonca needs a new start. Are we?
Yeah,
I don't.
he's
I
a
don't.
start.
I don't. I hate saying this, but we were gonna let him go even if he didn't find a club. We weren't. We didn't even tell him he wasn't needed. Like we weren't. We were gonna tell him, but then he said he found a club, and I was kind of happy he did because like he just needed a new start, and I'm happy because he told everyone that he thought he needed a new start, which is exactly what we thought.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, good on him for getting a new start at the Eagles. Like, it's a
So
good team
I'm
to
trying
go
to work out here. So, because obviously all four of those, I think. So does that mean either? I think you'll find that either Mendonca or Swarm will end up on the bench next season.
I think
which is
Swarm will
interesting.
because Swarm never
I don't
starts
think
for
he
the
will
Rabbitohs.
because as I said, I tried to
Swarm's
sign him.
never started a game for the Rabbitohs. It doesn't.
No, but he was going to start here, and he ended up getting a thing. He actually told me because we tried to offer him a deal. He confirmed to me that he went for the Eels because he wanted to go to the Eels, and they offered him a starting role.
Weird,
Which
I don't know
means
why
that
they'd
if
say.
he's, I'm assuming I can't see him starting in the halves or fullback, surely, right?
Mm.
Which would mean, with my deduction skill here, which would mean I think you'd have to assume that.
Oh, hang on. Would they start him at fullback? Because he's.
I would
they're
assume.
losing,
I think
they're
Damien
losing
Shelford,
Shelford.
right?
They're losing Shelford.
They are.
Shelford's
Yeah,
on
we
the
are
market.
losing Shelford. Yeah. Oh, well, they are. Not we.
Rating,
But they
is he?
are losing Shelford, yes.
What rating is he? That's
He's
a very powerful player on the market.
Silver or bronze?
I think he's a silver because otherwise I feel like someone would have snatched it up, right?
Nah. Damien Shelford's a big player to lose.
I think he's like a
Um,
bronze.
Oh yeah,
he's-
but he's a 5'8" fullback halfback, which makes him tricky. If it was like a fullback, it would mean you could play him in the centers or something, which makes his role very tricky. But if that's a quality player. If they're losing, yeah, you might find that Swarm starts at fullback then. All right, that would give room. I didn't realize that Shelford was leaving.
Yeah, it's crazy because they're losing both their fullbacks. That could have been like pretty good. So it's alright.
Is Shelford inactive then? No,
No, he's not.
I
He's
don't-
definitely not. He was one of the most active. Oh, not most, but he's one of the active players at Eagles when I was last there.
All right.
So,
I just find it odd that he's on the transfer market. I thought he'd been one of the
I think
better
he wanted
players
to leave. I think he wanted to leave.
without finding a club.
I don't know.
Because I feel like I can't be the only one that finds it very odd, can they? Can I?
No. Oh, I definitely agree with you.
I find it quite odd.
Yeah,
Hmm.
definitely do. So we'll move on to.
We'll go on to the Raiders then next,
Yeah. So
They're not a bad signings.
they aren't the worst signings, I'll say that. But the Raiders, they gained Eli Barnes and Jordan Williams, and they lost Luke Malkus, Mark Iron, and that's it. And Sonny Tyre. Sonny
yeah.
Tyre.
And Dom Toretto and John T. McInnes.
Oh yeah, those guys as well.
Well, some of those players are pretty low rated. And they did alright at Raiders, but
Yeah, it's kind of
Toretto's actually a really
interesting.
big loss, I think.
yeah, he was a good rookie. I mean, he likes to break the line.
He always breaks the line. Like I think I've barely seen a run from him where he doesn't break the line.
Yeah, he's a good he's got like the sense of Joey Kelly. Like I've seen it in him. He does like those once he gets the ball kicked to him, he'll break away and nearly run the length of the field sometimes. But just because he's a little bit slow, But like if he had that extra speed, he'd just get there easily. So it's a bit sad to see him go. It's alright.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What's your ratings, guys?
Look, this is it's an interesting one. I'm gonna give it a C for the pure reason they have lost a few players, and although I do rate the signings of Leo Barnes, I just think it's just they're basically doing 1-for-1 trades. Luke Marcus for Jordan Williams, Eli Barnes for Mark Iron, and that's all there is to it. So I'll
Yeah,
give
I'm
it a
gonna
C.
give it an F.
And
An F.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
because
that's a G
Tim's
up.
awesome.
Oh, yeah,
Jesus,
sorry.
alright.
Oh yeah, actually I forgot F. We all give
Oh
it an
yeah,
F.
we gotta
Yeah,
give it an
no.
F. Oh, actually, I'll give it.
No, I'll give it a C.
In all seriousness, I'll give it a. I think it's about a B minus.
I'll give it. I'm trying not to be biased here, and I will not. I'll give it a B, because obviously we lost Mark Iron and Luke Malkus, but we also did just gain Eli Barnes and Jordan Williams. Eli Barnes, regarded as the best fullback in the game.
No, he's
Jordan
not.
Williams.
What are you on about?
Barnes can be the best fullback in the game, but
He hasn't
It's
been
not
the
when he
best
wants
fullback
to.
this year. He definitely
Yeah,
hasn't
what
been
are
up there
you-
this year. He hasn't even. I would say he hasn't even been close, to be honest.
You think Brody Kennedy's the best fullback, Brady?
Bro, okay, I don't think
Chat
he's.
about
I
it.
think he's actually had a very poor season. In fact,
Who?
I'd say that. I say that there's a good 6 fullbacks ahead of him this season.
I think that Joshua Butterfield is the best fullback in the game.
Bro,
Yeah,
you don't even play fullback. Shut up.
yeah,
I think Lachlan Martin's the best player in the game, and the best captain, and the
Okay,
and the
everyone
best
knows
at
it.
everything. But you know, we can't all have big winners here.
Okay. First off, Tim James is the best player in the comp. Okay, like who else has a medal named after them?
oh,
But
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
that's not real. You guys just named it that, and it wasn't even
it is
even
real.
just meant
It is
that.
real because
no, it
Thomas
was
said it
named.
before.
I'm pretty sure it was
dog.
named.
Comish
Yeah.
called it a Tim James.
That was
medal,
wrong when
you
he got
dog.
full rating. All he had to
You
do was
dog.
play hooker for the winning
You
grand finals
dog.
team. He has a
Shut your
1 in 8
mouth, you
chance.
dog. You don't
He had a
have
1 in 8
award
chance of being
named
named
after
after it. He had to play hooker for the grand final winning team.
Bro, he literally. If a player was better than. I've
Oh,
seen players get player of the match.
Lachlan, mate, you just got shat on by the Jack Attack, mate.
Oh my.
He says here, did Lachlan not do replacements either? Edwards for Thorn, Crutcher for Carl, Tomo Mack for Saddle Car. What do you have to say about that,
Did I
Lachlan?
do like placements?
Here's you have.
Mostly, I did mostly do that.
Yeah. so
Most
shut
of them
your mouth.
weren't. I'll say though, in response, actually, I'm not looking at Jack though, but Jack, I will say in response though that I'll say most of my like replacements weren't forced, and I could have kept some of the ones that were like replacements, as you'll say. Like the Tomo Mac one for our Saddle Cart, we would have rather kept Saddle Cart. No offense to you, Tomo Mac, but we wanted to keep Saddle Cart. I went after Luke Malkus because I heard Jordan wanted to leave. And then the other 3, I went after myself. The Rabbitohs 3 duo, trio, I went after myself.
Yeah. What are you saying?
Okay, so we'll move on to Penrith signings. So we've got Marcus, Crutcher, Relentless, Edwards, and Mac. And so they lost, as Jack O'Neill said, Thorn. They lost Carl. No, not Carl. They lost Settle Carr and Jordan Williams, Hayden Davis. Is that it?
Simon Hunt.
Simon Hunt and Hayden Miller.
D. D plus. I don't know. Oh no, I won't be serious. I'll probably give it a C because of their gains. Their gains are pretty good. You know, they got the two, what are they called, two bench buddies, Ash Crutcher and Isaac Edwards.
They won't be playing bench for us though. They'll be starting because
The bench buddies. They both rode the bench for the entire of their career, so that's alright. They're good players, Ash Crutcher and Isaac Edwards. I mean, Luke Malkus, he's also a good player for Raiders. And Tom O'Mac, I've never seen him play before, so C for them. C for Panthers.
Yeah, I think I'll go C plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it a B minus.
Alright, cool. Cool beans.
it's an A plus. Are you guys fucking? Are you guys? So I keep accidentally doing that. Are you guys not smart?
What?
Not are you guys not smart? It's an A plus, obviously.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on.
Move on. We're done with that. I think we're done with signings. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it for the signings. So we'll move on to the tips of the round in the round 7 in the huge round.
Oh, Jack attacks in the string for the rest of the.
Should I be opening up the thing? Am I getting just roasted right now?
No.
Oh, you should be, but you're not. Sadly.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
So we'll move on to the round 7 tips. As we go on, we'll look at some situations for teams to make finals and what they can do to get different spots. So the first game of the round is for round 7. We have got Manly v the Warriors on Tuesday night. We've got at 4 Pines Park. What's our thoughts on this game? Firstly, though, we'll move on to the we'll look at the team lists for this game. So Manly, they've moved Dingo back to fullback because of KCK's injury. Kay retains his position in the halves. Butterfield moves into the halves with Chapman Kenny on the bench, and Allison moves back to second row. Harris moves to prop. Bennett moves to lock. And that seems like it's all. For the Warriors, it seems like they went relatively unchanged.
That's sorry, Butters, but okay, off the I reckon Warriors with the team list. I reckon Warriors they're 1 to 13. I reckon Manly will lose their first game of the season to Warriors because they always seem to beat good teams. So I'll go with Warriors 1 to 13 and chance Bunce to get a try.
I very much disagree, but you do you. I think that Manly. This is probably one of Manly's strongest sides. Obviously, I'd put K in the halves over K. Sorry, I'd put Lewis in the.
I want to say.
Sorry, my bad. And definitely I would have Kane starting in the wing, but other than that, this I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this, but I don't think Malachi Booth is that great of a player. We're always in cool watching the game, and when he does something good, we talk him up, but I don't see a big upside to what he does.
From what I've heard, I think they do it because he's a bit of a funny character. Not a funny character as in funny. He's a bit of a what's the word? I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but he's not. I don't like what he does. He's a bit of a troll, so you could call it.
Malachi Booth.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a troll.
Hmm.
Bloody hell.
Apparently, Matt Harris has told me that his first vibe on him was sort of like a Juan Parker.
Juan Parker. All right. Fair enough.
I'm not having Juan Parker again. Oh my god. Anyway, go
Let's
on,
not
sorry.
talk about that guy.
Yeah,
All I
yeah,
heard was
that's-
Juan Parker.
yeah,
I
so
started
what's our
daydreaming.
tip for the game, boys?
What have we done, me?
I'll go Manly 13 plus.
Butters? Alright,
Nice tip, Butters.
it's,
Oh, sorry, what was that?
what's your tip?
I'll tip 1 to 12, Manly.
Alright. So, for my tip, I'm actually going for what O'Neill's going with. I'm going with, as O'Neill said in the chat, I actually agree with you. I'm going for a Warriors upset. Warriors 1 to
Yeah.
12.
Yeah, I said that. Warriors 1 to 12. You can't
Jack
win a more
doesn't know what he's
Manly.
talking about.
You can't win a more Manly, can ya? So I reckon Warriors will do it.
Watch
I
us.
know they can. Oh, I'm watching. I will be watching.
Well, this is the last round, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Am I wrong?
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, it
I'm
is.
just asking.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, calm your farm.
Oh, no. I'm Jesus, man. I'm a bit worried now. I thought we had 2 more rounds left.
Nah. So the
Ah,
Eels.
shit.
So I got Eels v Cowboys is the next match. So
Shit.
we'll run through the two team lists for this match. We've got Eels. The Eels, they have changed. From what I can see, Jacob Reynolds is starting. I'm not sure if he was starting last game. Yeah, he wasn't. Abraham Walker moves to the centers. Samuel, I'm not sure. Taj Seibold moves to the bench. And for the Cowboys, they have made some forced changes with Kobe Johnston moving to center. Robbie Mobiston gets a start. Kieran Wells gets a start at hooker. Thomas Wallace moves to lock with Chris Lord on the bench because of Simbin. And looks like Johnny Columbus has lost his starting spot.
Yeah, Eels have a strong side like always. So I reckon they can do it. Eels 1 to 12, and Eli will pick up a try because he's moved back to fullback. So I reckon he'll do it. I reckon he'll score a runaway try, pick up 300 meters. Boom.
This was a tough one. Damien Milan is captain for Cowboys. That's a little odd, but
Are you gonna spit the bloody tip out?
just think. Give me a second. Oh, okay, you're real. I'm gonna go Cowboys still. I still think they can pull it off. You know, Chris Lord is going to come off the bench fresh against those tied middle forwards. So I think Cowboys 1 to 12.
Oh, can't believe it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you also play for the Raiders, so shut up.
Well,
That's still my old team, man. Come on.
okay. Well, I'll give my tip. I think the Eels are gonna win this match. I'm totally not being biased here because the Rabbitohs need the Cowboys to lose. Would prefer the Cowboys to lose, but you know. And Lachlan, have you gave your tip on this game yet?
Nah, then I'll go Cowboys
Oh, yeah, fair.
13 plus because why not? I guess. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Facts.
fair. Cowboys could run home with that win if the Eels don't put in an 80-minute performance. And for the
I wouldn't be
next,
surprised if Cowboys win, to be
yeah, I
honest.
wouldn't either. I'm just hoping Eels keep it close for Rabbitohs' point. On Wednesday night we got Panthers v the Raiders. So we'll run through the two sides. So, and for the Panthers, they have changed. almost absolutely nothing. Except for Hayden Davis moves to the bench, Ollie Pace gets a start in the front row. And
I'm
for
on
the
the bench
Bronx-
now because I got
oh yeah,
injured.
you're on the bench, yeah. And Sean Bradford, am I right, gets a start?
No, it was Simon Hunt because I played lock last
Simon
week.
Hunt. And then for the Broncos, they have Jack Carr's at 6.
Broncos.
Yep.
Oh.
Isn't it Panthers v Broncos?
It's Panthers v Raiders.
Oh, Panthers v
Panthers v
Raiders. Silly
Raiders.
man.
Silly bugger.
Yep, I'm silly. Okay, so the Raiders, they have Jack O'Neill at fullback. Sonny Tyre moves to 6.
Dom's moved to the
Jack
centres.
Jacob Morrison moves to the wing. Dom moves to the center. I don't know why they're doing that.
Sonny 6.
And Rahul Kawal moves himself to lock.
Wally Allen.
Wally Allen at second row. Ben Arnold and Jordan Lewis at starting. Luke Marcus on the bench with Taranho Fehu. I think Taranho Fehu got injured though.
Yeah, he did.
Mark Irons on the bench too. Yeah, what's that tip, boys?
Panthers 13+.
Yeah.
I hope Panthers
course.
13 plus, please. Just give us a win.
Yeah,
No
it's got to
chance.
happen sometime. It's got to happen sometime.
No
Eventually.
chance.
We'll
No
win
chance.
eventually.
Well, I'm going to go with Raiders 12 plus because we need to win by 12 to make the finals, I think.
No, you need to win by a bit more than that.
No,
I think it's by about 25.
I'll have a look for you, Tim. And then you also got to rely on the Broncos and Warriors not to win.
Yeah.
Have a look at this.
It's by 30. It's by 36. 36 points, then you'll be in front of the
Okay.
Warriors. And then you also got to hope that Warriors and Broncos don't win.
If the Warriors lose by a big amount, okay, you never know.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But, you know, that's...
Who were they versing again? I forgot.
Manly, I don't
Manly?
know. I feel like that. I feel like, as I said, I think Warriors have got the upset covered.
Yeah, it's just not happening. But
Shit.
you can keep thinking about that. No, I think Canberra's could make the 4 here.
They won't. No.
If the Broncos don't win, then the Raiders basically are at least 5th.
I want
And
to point something out, right? We've actually scored more points than the Raiders. I find it very surprising.
Hey, and you're getting the wooden spoon, so shut your mouth.
I'm not allowed to just say that, be like, oh, that's interesting.
Okay, and you're getting the wooden spoon.
I
shut
know
your
we're
mouth.
getting wooden spoon. I'm just saying.
you want to know something else, Lachlan?
What?
You have had more points scored on you than the Raiders.
Yeah, we've also had less points scored on us than the Broncos. So we have 7
Okay.
for the attack.
Hey, but
7
you're getting
for
the
the
wooden
defense.
spoon.
Still lost on either.
Okay, but
Well,
you're
we
the wooden spoon.
We're still last than 4 and against, but that's fine.
See,
That's
you've
fine.
also got a larger losing streak than the Broncos.
Yeah, you're also getting the wooden spoon.
I'm sorry,
Did you
Lachlan,
know
I
that?
love you, mate.
Just-
Did you know that you're getting the
Alright.
wooden spoon? Nah, but the Raiders, I reckon we can pull something out of our asses. Obviously, I trust in this new team of mine. There we can do something. Obviously, Wally Allen. Hey, shut your goal. You ring chased, all right?
Ring
Look at
chase?
me.
Yeah.
Look at me. I didn't even ring chase. I left Eagles to Raiders. Like, look at me,
I left the
influencing
Pan-
people
okay.
to go to different teams, mate.
I joined Manly when they were like 4th.
Shut up, ring chaser.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyways, you know, I was going to give credit to someone. A big shout out to Wally Allen, who will be starting for the first time in his SRL career for
Good
the
on
game. He's obviously been the most active. Well, not most, but he's been working his ass off the bench, and it's good to see him come in and start for the first time, and I want to see him ripping, So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
fuck you.
So, what are our tips, boys?
Raiders 12 plus.
Whoever the Raiders are versing 13+.
Thank you.
Oh, it's Penrith. Yeah. Penrith 13 plus.
I'll go Penrith 1-12. I think Penrith have to
Oh,
win. I can't see a team going 0-7.
I can see it. Right, they couldn't even win against Eels. They
Like, you
literally
might still
threw.
make the four. It's actually quite probable when you actually don't be biased against the Manly side.
I mean, technically, Eels could also make the 4.
I know they can.
The
Guys,
Eels,
I'm not
yeah, the
being
Eels,
biased against the Manly side. I'm just
oh, you
saying,
are.
I just don't see a team. My main reasoning is I just don't see a team going 7-0 or going 0-7.
Okay. We have the highest for and the least against. That's all.
Okay,
I got.
that you ring chase, shut your mouth.
Bro, once
Go,
again,
go
going
ring
Manly when
chase.
they were
Go ring
important.
chase to the Rabbitohs, you dog.
Bro,
God.
I ring chase the Rabbitohs. Bro, you dumb? Very dumb.
Yeah, you ring chased.
You are? Okay. Love you, Tim.
You've been to 2 teams right now. Like, so you're going to the Rabbitohs, but you're
Yeah.
at the Manly team right now, who are,
Yeah.
in my opinion, are going to probably win the grand final.
Yeah, probably.
So I had to talk them up one time on this show because, like, you know, Matt Harris might get a bit angry, he might get a bit sulked. But yeah, nah. So you're going to Rabbitohs,
Yeah.
who are also a really consistent team.
Debatable. No offense, Liam.
I think we're
What do
getting
you
carried
mean
up.
we're not consistent?
You're not okay. Well, let me bring up the results.
Oh my god.
Yeah, fuck you.
We just bring up the stats. We bring up the statistics.
Okay, so start of the season, you leave all the Warriors scoreless. Okay,
And
then
we
you
beat
get
the
thrashed by
Eels.
Manly. Huh?
We smashed the Eels.
Yeah, but okay, I wasn't there yet, but okay. Uh, wait, where's your Eels game? Can't see your Eels game. Sorry.
So
Cowboys, Penrith, Raiders. Where's your Eels game?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, it's a second page. There we go. Yeah, you thrashed the Eels, but then you come within a try, well, almost within a try against Penrith. You barely won that.
It doesn't matter how
Uh,
much we win by. A win's a win, bro.
No, but when we're talking about consistency, yes, it does.
We're still 4-2.
In
Yeah,
terms
but to
of
be
wins,
fair, that's actually the largest. That's actually the largest winning margin we've had since since round 2. We've been in nearly every single game since. No, we've been in every single game since I've become captain.
yes, keep talking yourself up, Lockie.
We have though. We have the largest losing margin we've had since I've taken over is 7. Let me check that. I feel like that's correct. Yeah, it is correct because we lost to the Eels by 2. We lost to the Cowboys by 4. And we lost to the Broncos by 1. And the Rabbitohs by 7.
Yeah, and I just don't know. I just think yeah, Manly won't. Manly probably won't go 7-0. I think they'll win the grand final, but I'd be happy for them to go 7-0 as long as they lose in the finals.
You know, I want Manly to go 7-0 and then just lose back to back.
That would be funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that actually be kind of funny. Can't even lie there.
I'm just looking at the score predictor.
We go on to the
right
next game now?
It seems.
Yeah, we can.
Let's move on.
And we will. The last game of the round, so we've got the Rabbitohs versus the Broncos. So the changes that we have got, so for the Broncos, from what I can see, yeah, Jack Carr moves to 6. Jason Farrar, was he at lock last week?
Nah.
No. So Jason Farrar moves to lock. Evans and Cash on the bench. Cash forced due to injury. Weston in the centres. Plays, moves himself to the wing, which
I don't
is
think is right.
very selfish. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the Rabbitohs. They have one change this week. They've moved Cutler to the wing, Mendonca to the centres.
I think the
Rabbitohs
Broncos.
13th last. That's all I gotta say.
Rabbitohs by 8, but Rabbitohs by 8 more than the Cowboys win.
What the?
I mean, so if the Rabbitohs, say the
Yeah, I
Rabbitohs,
get what you're saying, but the way you said it, like, it's really weird.
You're right. You're right, buddy.
Yeah, I think a Rabbitohs 13 plus.
I think this will be the game Drake Drenigan shows everyone what he's going to be in the SRL.
Is he gonna be in the SRL?
Well, like he's going to be a good player.
So good.
And I think the Rabbitohs will win 1-12. So, and Lachlan, what's your tip?
Rabbitohs 13 plus.
Fair. Has anyone else got anything to say before we wrap up the episode?
Nah, I'm dead.
Yeah,
I'm dead as it all.
Thank you all for coming to watch this episode of SRL 360. I am Liam Ryan, and we will see you all in the next episode where we'll see finals week 1, who is playing in it, and what's transpired in last week of SRL. Until then, though, good night, good morning,